Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. My name's Kira. Subscribe if you're new, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. So today I wanted to talk about my hair journey, my journey to actually liking my hair. I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm pretty sure most black girls kind of go through this. Well, okay, particularly for me, because I grew up in a white family and I grew up in a white community. There were not, especially when I was like really young, like kindergarten to whatever grade, I don't think there were any black girls at my school. There might have been like one black guy. Yeah, for most of the time there weren't any black girls at my elementary school. I didn't have any, I don't want to be like curly representation, but I guess like I didn't have anybody with curly hair in my life, and I didn't have any black women in my life. So how was I supposed to know anything? How was I supposed to like myself? Because like, also, just people make so many comments to you when you're a little girl. When you are a little black girl with curly hair, people make so many comments to you about how you should style it and what you should do with your body. And you internalize that because you're so young, you're so impressionable, you want to be pretty, you want to be pretty more than anything in the world. You just want to be pretty. And girls will come up to you saying, why don't you straighten your hair? Can you just straighten your hair? I just want to see what it looks like straight. Or, okay, let me actually get into it. I remember just people, and I get it, people are kids, but just people really, and there was no black people in the community, people just really not understanding my hair. Just being like, why is it frizzy? Why does it bounce like that? Like, it doesn't look like mine. And just touching it all the time, just touching it. Like I was a dog from a young age. Yeah, and then I remember in grade 4 or 5, I think, I straightened it like at school for the first time. And one girl was like, oh my God, because I would always wear my hair up. I would never, ever wear it down. Of course, I would never wear it down. And it was the first time that it was down because it was straight. And I remember this girl going, oh my God, your hair is so pretty. You should wear it down way more. Like, you should wear it down all the time. And I was like, Allison, you're stupid. Like, I straighten it. It doesn't look like this all the time, Allison. You're dumb, Allison. That's literally how I felt. I don't think I said that. I was just like, it's not actually like this. She had no idea. We need to have some kind of like hair education practice, because the trauma I have derived simply from hair comments, ridiculous. Yeah, that was like the first time I remember somebody really just saying something so crazy that I was like, that's not how hair works, or that's not how my hair works. And then I remember in grade 5, for some reason we were making up some kind of song, and it like had to call out somebody else or mention someone else. And this girl in my class said, hey, Kira with the afro hair. And my teacher was like, okay, let's try not to say things like that. And it just like, it was one of those things that I was like, I don't know why that makes me feel weird, but it does. Like, you're not old enough to have the tools to understand what you're feeling. And then, this is a good one. I remember in grade 7, a girl who sat in front of me, her name is Rachel. She had a BlackBerry. I did not have a phone till grade 10. Anyway. But she had a BlackBerry and she was cool. And apparently her and some other girl at recess had gone around and asked all the boys if they liked straight hair or curly hair better. And apparently all of them said straight. And she really wanted me to know that. You know, and I was like, okay, Rachel, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, Rachel? What should I do about that, Rachel? What do you want me to do about that, Rachel? Like, but what's so crazy is this is around the exact same time, I'm pretty sure grade 7, was when my dance studio started requiring us to straighten our hair for all dance competitions and performances. So that was some awesome social messaging going on all at once. That was really, really fun to be a prepubescent tween girl, 12, 13, just getting all this. Perfect timing, thank you. Right on, Rachel, and dance studio shall be unnamed. So yeah, so then I started straightening my hair every day. This is the period everyone goes through. I really think everybody goes through this phase Not literally everyone, but I think a lot of people go through this phase where you are just trying your best to look white. Just try your best to blend in. Do your freaking best to survive. You know what I mean? Yeah, straightened it every day, burnt it to a crisp, burnt my hands, burnt my ear, burnt my neck. Like, it's not fun. It's not fun, and it would take a while. And it's just like, it was nuts though, because when I did it, I felt prettier. People reacted differently. People were like, oh, I'm so glad you finally straightened it. I'm so glad I finally get to see it straight. Oh my God, why do you care so much? And do people understand how fucked up that is? Do people understand how messed up it is to look at somebody and their natural features and say, hey, one day, can you completely change the way you were born and the way you look genetically for me, for my entertainment? Can you do that? I just want to see it just once. All the time. Got it all the time. Got it in college. The amount of times I've answered that question, if I had a nickel, oh my God. Or people, like when I got to college too, people being like, have you ever straightened it? And it's not that that's like a bad question. Like I get the curiosity. The problem is, I think what the problem is here is that white women often can't see the connection between the questions they're asking and the trauma that is behind everything to do with this. You know what I mean? So they ask questions and they think that they're just coming off as curious, but and even if they do come off as curious, they still like always hurt a little. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, like it's not a bad question to ask, have you ever straightened it before? It just makes me feel like, ugh, do I have to have straightened it? And so what if I did, like, this is what it looks like now. Can we talk about this? Because it took me a long time to be able to wear it like this. Can we talk about this? You know? Anyway, but yeah, people asked me to straighten it, so I did straighten it and I felt better about it. But of course, when you dance or you move, you sweat and it starts to get frizzy, and it's a ticking time bomb. I'm Cinderella waiting for the clock to strike midnight. And yeah, I straightened it for dance competitions, all this stuff. That is also like, you should not be able to be allowed as a dance studio, you should not be allowed to tell people to straighten their hair. I think that's disgusting. I think it's nuts. I think it's absolutely disgusting to require somebody to change a physical attribute of themselves to blend in with the other white girls. We also were doing dances, like I've talked about this in both of my growing up black in the dance world videos and the white supremacy and dance video as well. We were doing Endangered Species, which is a black song, and it's talking about the struggles of a black woman. And you're going to require me to straighten my hair? You're going to require me to straighten my hair for this dance that is about black womanhood? You are going to require the only black girl in the room to straighten her hair? That's an oxymoron. This is just, what? This makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. And I wasn't old enough to understand why it bothered me, but I just knew that it bothered me. And then in the rehearsal process, she's calling me her little black girl, and I'm like, so let me be black then. If you're gonna tokenize me, you can't simultaneously tokenize me and try to assimilate me. Like, it's pick one. And then I got to high school and I just wore my hair in a braid every day. Like a weird side braid. It was not cute. And I wore like a series of headbands, and I just wanted it to be longer. I wanted it so bad to be longer. I was terrified to wear it down. I would never wear it down. And then like, I think the next year of high school, like I would wear it down for like 20-minute periods and then put it back up. Like I was trying to like look cute and feel comfortable, and I was like, no, I hate this. And I would put it back up. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then in grade 11, I relaxed it from a box, which like, it didn't make it straight, but it made it like a little bit wavy-ish. It took a lot of the curl out for sure. It took a lot of the curl out and it made it like sort of this weird wavy thing, but I liked it because my hair felt more normal. It felt longer. So I started wearing my hair down. That was the first time in my life I wore my hair down. It was nuts to me. Like that was literally earth-shattering. Yeah, so I would wear it down. I would wear it down to school. And all of a sudden I was this person who was able to wear my hair down. It wasn't my real hair, but I felt more confident, more comfortable. And then the good thing about it being a boxed relaxer is that it wasn't very good, so it wore off. It took a while for it to wear off, like I want to say like over the course of several months to a year maybe, I think. But because I was wearing it down and then it gradually started to get back to what it actually was, it was less noticeable. So I just like I kind of tricked, I didn't mean to do this, but I kind of tricked myself into being comfortable wearing it down curly, because it like started to fade out and then it was just curls again. But I was so used to wearing it down and it was so gradual that it just became comfortable. Totally new concept for me. But I still like didn't really know how to take care of my hair at all. And luckily I'd stopped straightening it. So okay, the box relaxer, that was like the last attempt at changing it basically. And then it became curly and I let it be curly, but I didn't, I still like tried most of the time. What I would do is I would comb it out like dry, which you're not supposed to do. Nobody told me how to take care of my hair, and I thought I was looking it up, but I was looking up the wrong stuff. Anyway, I combed it out dry, which is a bad idea. Bad idea, bad for your hair. Anyway, combed it out dry, and then I would put it in a really tight bun, like wrap it up, and then the next day it would be like straighter. It wasn't straight by any means, but it was looser, like the curls were looser. And I thought that that looked good, but like looking back in pictures, like not really. It just was like kind of ratty. I don't know. It didn't look very good, but whatever. It was what it was. And then I finally like learned how to actually take care of it better. Like this is like mid-college at this, no, this is like sophomore year actually. I got a thing of like leave-in conditioner, the Shea Moisture one, and I would put it on after my showers. And I would comb my hair in the shower. And then I would just put the Shea Moisture on after, and that was it. And I would stop, I didn't do the tight bun thing. I didn't do the comb out tight bun thing anymore. So like my hair was just curlier. It was just always curlier because I wasn't like trying to straighten it out. It was just like crazy to finally be like, oh, this is what my hair was all along, but I never let it be. You know? And it was also a transition of like media and stuff. Like curly hair is way more accepted now than it used to be, even though it still has a long way to go in regards to being seen as professional and whatnot. But like in regards to beauty standards, I do think, especially if we're talking about light skin curly hair, yeah, the media has started to shift its center of focus to that, and that is starting to be more fetishized and whatever, but it is more accepted and it is like cooler now to have curly hair. And it's to the point where I like have been wishing it was like thicker and bigger and curlier, you know, because that's what we're seeing now is stuff like that, and no more like, you know, prom curls like it used to be. But yeah, even in college I was getting the same questions. I want you to just straighten it one time just for me. I want you to change your body and damage it for my entertainment. I want you to make yourself look as white as possible just for fun. Do y'all understand how rude that is? And I wouldn't say anything because it's not one of those things that's like racist. Like it's not like, that's super racist, big red flag. It's one of those more nuanced undertones where you're like, I'm not gonna die on this hill. You know? And I don't want to alarm them, and I don't want to seem rude, whatever. And this was before, I'm trying not to be rude and say this is before white people discovered racism. I'm not going to be rude and say that. But this was before BLM became more popular and people were posting black squares and it was okay to have these conversations. This was before that. This was when I was trying to have those conversations and I would be gaslit and yelled at by white people telling me to stop talking. So this was then. So I didn't quite have the courage to be like, hey, when you tell me to straighten my hair, it makes me uncomfortable. Can you not tell me what to do with my own body? Thank you. We weren't there, you know? Maybe now, I think now I probably would say something, but I didn't say anything. And they kept doing it. I don't know who needs to hear this. Don't say that stuff. Don't, like, here's the thing, it's a tricky line because like I said, our hair, a lot of our trauma and like bad experiences and memories, and just feeling like we're different involves our hair, and there's a lot, it's very touchy, it's very emotional. The crazy thing is, I know y'all be saying it and not remembering it, and we will remember it for the rest of our lives. Yeah, like I know that people will say these things and ask these questions and not remember that they said it, not think twice about it, but I will remember it for the rest of my life. I will remember it for the rest of my life. Every single thing that has been said or commented about my hair. And I understand that some of it comes from a curiosity standpoint, but I just don't think it's worth the harm that you're gonna do and the discomfort and hurt feelings that you're going to inflict just for your fun and games. I don't think it's worth it. And if you're curious about stuff, look it up on the internet. Don't ask Black women to educate you about their bodies and just go touching it and try and find out for yourself. Don't touch it. Don't ask for it to look a different way. That is not your business. It is not your business, and it's not your place to tell someone to straighten their hair. Ever. If you're going to ask a question, really think and really try and be like respectful and compassionate and be genuine with, let me know if this is offensive, and then ask your question or whatever. But comments, we don't need, unless you're like, your hair is beautiful. It's okay if you're saying your hair looks beautiful, your hair is really pretty, that's fine. But any other comment about the texture, any other comments that are like kind of weird or awkward or rude, just keep them to yourself. So I think that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching this video. If you are a girl with curly hair like me and you've had similar experiences, please share your stories down below. I would love to hear them. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.